Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Courtney if you don't know me already, and I do reaction videos on drum corps, military and sports mostly, but I do a few other things as well. So if you're interested in any of those, definitely do subscribe down below. In today's video we are checking out actually 3 videos. On my Instagram story I asked you guys to vote what you wanted to see, and you guys wanted to see, oh my god, guys. I can never say this word, it's just so ironic that this is the title of the video. I think I've had like 3 videos trying to say this word and I can never do it. But you guys voted for the athletism. I just can't say that word, fam. Like, you know, one of those words you just can't say? The athletism. I'm really not saying it right, but you guys know what I mean. I've got the poll here. The athletism of a drum corps marching member, right? But I went on to the video, it's only 3 minutes long, so I decided to check out 2 more videos. Another one, the second one's gonna be the day in the life of DCI with crossmen. I don't know. And then the last one is drum corps competitors take precautions practicing in the heat, honey. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get into the first one. The athleticism. The athleticism. Whatever. You guys know what I mean. Alright, let's get started.
Put a device on him that allowed us to measure how hard he's working, his metabolic rate. And what it actually measures is his oxygen consumption, his carbon dioxide production, the amount of air that he breathes, in addition to the heart rate. And it's sent via telemetry to a computer that does the calculations that tells us how much energy he's expending. Out of curiosity, let's go ahead and put your drum set on just to see how that all works. If you look right now, his values are going to start going up simply because this drum kit's almost 30% more addition to your body weight. Do you remember when we were watching from the sidelines? Your heart rate went shooting up as soon as they started playing, even though you didn't even have your drums on at that time. His heart rate went up to 180 beats per minute, and he hadn't done anything. It's just like the athletes hearing the gun go off. This is being driven by probably the sympathetic part of the nervous system. You can think of it as an adrenaline rush. And he's used to, as soon as he hears those notes, he's used to, I'm in the middle of performance mode. Yeah. And so that kicks in. The body was ready for that, even though he's standing alongside.
Wow, that's so interesting.
They get incredibly high heart rates during the performance, and it actually doesn't vary a lot. Your heart rate was up over 200 beats per minute. What did mirror the activity on the field was the oxygen consumption. It got as high very briefly as 40 mLs per kg per minute. Now what does that mean? That's about 13, 14 times his resting metabolic rate.
Holy crap, y'all!
Little black crosshatches are the heart rate response. The little red squares are the oxygen consumption. The oxygen consumption is generally about what it would be during the middle of a marathon for a well-trained runner who's halfway through a marathon.
That's
if you
crazy.
Look at the heart rate though, you would think that you were looking at someone who's running a 400 or 800 meter dash maximally. So he's working very hard out there. Now, what we were seeing was a heart rate that went up and stayed up. And I suspect that's because of the performance portion. Because we saw that heart rate response alongside the field, even though he wasn't performing, that alone tells me that the music in and of itself and his reaction to it is having an effect on his heart rate.
That's crazy.
That's what kind of tipped us off that there's something different about these guys. These performers work very hard metabolically, but they're also doing an amazing amount of work that most of us would find very stressful And this stress encompasses everything from doing the music correctly, doing the steps correctly, handling the heat, as well as just the plain work that they're doing.
The body has really adjusted to deal with the stress. Yo! That's wild. That's wild. Like, I knew that it would be really hard on the body, but I never expected it to be to that level, you know. It's so surprising that, you know, their bodies instantly react to just music. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. The body is an amazing thing. All right, let's get into the next video. This video is called A Day in the Life of DCI with Crossman. Okay, so Texas own Crossman drum and bugle corps. All right, let's get into it.
Let's start folding in, guys.
To be honest, I've given up trying to explain it to people.
It's so much more than I thought it would be, honestly.
You can't really explain it.
We have 19 days left. This party will be over before you know it. You got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Let's go do some good work today.
Push, 1 and 2.
DCI stands for Drum Corps International. This is our 45th season. We are about 45 member groups that travel around the country each summer for about 60 days.
-1.
Our ensembles consist of percussion, brass, and color guard.
And big 2, 3.
This is my second year, and I'm aging out this year with Crossman.
This is my first year marching drum corps.
This is my third year marching the Crossman.
1, 2, 3.
It's hard. It's tough. You hit some walls, and it's just like really hard because you're obviously living in each other's pockets, and you're moving from house to house, and you live on a bus for 3 months. But it's kind of cool at the same time because you spend every single day with some of the greatest people, like your closest friends that you'll never like forget.
Front line, ready?
It's been really physically and mentally demanding. Like, I never thought it would be as challenging as it was, but like coming to meet those challenges and seeing yourself get stronger along the way, like, it's been a lot of fun.
It's been an experience. I never expected I'd be here this long, but just every summer I keep coming back for the people, and just, I really care about this program.
We wake up really early and head down to the food truck.
Morning. We serve 4 meals a day, which ends up being about 28 meals a week. We serve 200 people at every meal.
Wow.
Have to go to the equipment truck, unload everything.
Open that up to 6 to 5.
We got like 4-hour blocks for visual and brass, and then you all come together for like a 2 or 3 hour ensemble.
Pack up all our stuff and get back on the bus again and drive somewhere new.
We headed up from Texas into like Arkansas,
Iowa.
We've been to Missouri,
Indy,
Wisconsin, Minnesota.
I kind of just get on a bus and go wherever I'm told.
It's proud to present the Crossman.
It's a really crazy activity, but it's really beautiful. You spend an entire summer working on one show that's 11 minutes, and that's
amazing.
all you do all summer, and
It's
it feels kind of
amazing.
crazy. But it just really teaches you hard work.
I've changed a lot since, last year I was a mess. It was really hard. I like found it really, really tough. I didn't think I was gonna make it through. I didn't think I was gonna come back. And then this year I've come back like a completely different person.
It's been the best summer of my life.
Being around people, learning to just be assertive on the field, it's really helped me grow as a person and as a leader.
I
have a lot more
bet.
people skills, and so it's really helped me grow up, and it's made me into the person I am today.
It would be such a big growing experience, man. That's some tough shit. That's some tough shit. And what, you have to be under 21, right? So young. There's so many adults that couldn't do that, fam. Kudos. Kudos. Okay, so on to the next video. Drum corps competitors take precautions practicing in the heat. Oh, I'm scared for this one, guys, because I'm gonna feel bad for them. But let's get into the video.
There are a number of outdoor music and athletic competitions going on right now in North Texas this week with national recognition at stake. Most involve high school or college students.
And it really is a delicate balance for performers and players, giving it all they have in order to win, but they're still trying to stay safe in the heat.
Totally.
Fox 4's Allison Harris is in Denton tonight, where musicians are practicing outside because they've got this competition coming up tomorrow. Allison?
Stephen, Heather, this heat is no joke. Some people have to be out in the heat because of their jobs, for their livelihood. But imagine being out in 108-degree weather just because you are doing what you love. That's what these boys and young men are doing as they are rehearsing tonight for an international drumline competition tomorrow. It is incredible.
Oh my goodness!
200 shirtless, sweaty guys yelling for water. The Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps brass section is on a water break.
I had water the last break, and we have Gatorade this break.
From the 108-degree Texas heat.
It's crazy.
We schedule in water breaks to the minute, and right now the brass line is on what we call 15 and 5. So they're rehearsing for 15 minutes, and then they're taking 5 minutes off.
Another one!
The Corps out of Chicago is composed of 16 to 22-year-olds, a lot of them music majors from around the world. Hunter Dorman is from Houston. He plays the tuba.
All us Texas guys, we just motivate them, and you know, it's hot.
He's used to it.
They're rehearsing for an international drum corps competition at the C.H. Collins Athletic Complex in Denton Thursday. And that means 2-a-day practices in the morning and at night, with a 3-hour lunch break in between to try to beat the heat.
We're pushing fluids as much as we can.
Director Joe Roach knows the temperature on the turf can be even higher than the actual air temperature. The percussion section steals moments in the shade in between practicing in line. The Corps travels with a full medical staff, keeps water jugs full at all times, and they swap in drinks with electrolytes.
We're trying to make sure that we're all hydrated. You know, you have to be hydrated a day before because you're going to be dehydrated whenever it's too late.
And they also don't forget sunscreen.
We have such a cult following of this activity in Texas that it's worth dealing with a little bit of heat.
And you can see one of the best drum lines in the country, really in the world, rehearsing right now. I just spoke to the organizer of the competition tomorrow. She says there will be a delay to the start of the event because of this heat. They're encouraging fans to come prepared. There will be water readily available in the concession stands. They're asking people to hydrate throughout the day. There will be thousands of people attending this tomorrow night. They say that this always sells out. So this is good advice to anyone who is in the DFW area right now. Drink water and hydrate, especially if you're coming out here.
Damn, y'all. Damn. Man, I could never. First of all, now that I've lived in Japan, I can kind of deal with the heat now. But back in New Zealand, we never get heat like that. Ever. Right? So the first summer here in Japan, or the first 2 summers in Japan, died, bro. Died. So I can't even imagine Texas heat practicing all day. Bruh. It's crazy, man. But it's really good to hear that they've got like sufficient water breaks and really like they really make sure that it happens. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Let me know down below. Is that true? Because they could just be saying that just to tell the reporter the right story. So, but I don't know. That's from what he said. That's a really good thing. That was really, really, really interesting. Actually, those 3 videos, it definitely gave me more of an insight behind the scenes. You know. I always have known that they work so hard, but seeing like day-to-day life and like the practices and stuff is interesting for sure. So thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed those 3. I definitely did. So if you have any recommendations, head over to my website and make a recommendation on there, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We hit 40,000 subscribers 2 days ago, so that's super exciting. So definitely join in down below. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.
And I'm stone cold with the flex from the squad, and I'm smoking up